Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between LucifronT and DimagaZ here on Scrap Station. So DimagaZ spawning as the blue Zerg player over here at the 12 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have LucifronT spawning as the yellow Terran player over here at the 3 o'clock position of Scrap Station. Now, a couple of things of note on this particular map. There is a very wide choke point on this map, so it is very easy to run in melee units up and down this ramp. It really takes a lot more to try to wall it off. Secondly, there are these destructible rocks in here as well. The destructible rocks really open up and make the map feel much smaller. Thirdly, there is also this chasm right here opens up for a lot of airplay, as a lot of air units can really get in and out. Mutilis harass is a definite idea. Banshee harassment also a definite idea. There are two Xel'Naga watchtowers, one surrounded by the smoke vents over here. So what that allows you to do is it allows you to position a unit by this Xel'Naga watchtower, and you can see past the smoke vents while units can't really see you. Finally, we have another Xel'Naga watchtower down here right next to these high yield minerals. The high yield minerals are far from both players, but because of that Xel'Naga watchtower, it is very easy to defend, because you're able to see up onto that higher ground very easily. Even trying to put some siege tanks or trying to put some range units up here as well work out fairly well. Colossus and siege tanks work out very well in order to try to protect any incoming expansions. Taking a look, DimagaZ already getting a fast expansion over here, so a very fast expansion. I think that was a 13 hatchery and still no spawning pool yet. DimagaZ gonna get that spawning pool now, so that spawning pool is in fact late. We'll see how LucifronT really counteracts this. LucifronT generally likes to go for very heavy marine army. Also getting that orbital command center, so we'll see if LucifronT does in fact try to go for a large number of marines and marauders. Taking a look, a marine now trying to shoot down that overlord, but that overlord will in fact be able to push back away. Taking a look at that, wow, what is that? I don't know what that is over there. Hold on, if I move away and come back, is it still there? Yep, it's still there. So apparently there's some fireworks coming out from the ground, and I don't know why. Taking back a look over here, we have a couple of these vents and these tubes. Don't know what these vents and these tubes really indicate. Anyways, we have an overlord now moving out, and we have an SCV coming back. SCV has seen everything that it needs to see, or so it thinks. Yeah, it has in fact seen the hatchery, and that hatchery now completed, gonna start producing drones, gonna start trying to saturate that mineral line. Secondary barracks now, no, that's not a barracks, that's a factory. So LucifronT going for tech, changing it up, not going for mass marauders and marines as he normally does against Protoss players. So LucifronT opting to go for a definite metal strategy now, going for double factory. So very interesting strategy, getting that secondary refinery as well. We'll see, is he going to build a tech lab? So he's building a tech lab, so he's not going Hellions, most likely going to be trying to go siege tanks, and not getting any marines though, so not quite sure what exactly his strategy is going to be at this point. DimagaZ does in fact have probably mining a little bit more quickly. Yeah, it's sitting on 22 harvesters. Even though LucifronT does in fact have a single mule, he is kind of he is almost saturated on this particular mineral patch, and really not going to be able to mine any faster unless he tries to take another expansion. Taking a look, a factory now coming in. Is he going to drop? Yeah, dropping a reactor core or a reactor in order to produce double Hellions. Yes, I am casting. We have a hatchery now coming into position, so the hatchery is still up and running. Zerglings coming in, and we also getting some creep tumors, so very nice creep tumor positioning in order to try to spawn creep tumors all across the map. These creep tumors will enable the Zerg player to once get additional sight and move much more quickly with those roaches and those Zerglings and even those queens. SCV activating that Xel'Naga watchtower. Zergling is going to be running into that SCV. SCV down to 35 hit points. Will be able to run back away until it tries to get on any of that creep though. Creep tumor now being spawned once again, an additional spine crawler being put down, so that Zergling or the SCV gonna be running off to that side, hiding those Zerglings to the back in order so that that SCV does not in fact see that the large number of Zerglings. Taking a look, no Baneling nest though, so it is still only mass Zerglings at this stage in the game, and there is no tech to tier 2. We have a couple Hellions. Oh, those Hellions are gonna be toasting the Zerg very soon. So in come these Hellions. Hellions gonna be trying to toast these Zergs, but there are in fact a couple spine crawlers. Hellions, will they be able to pull out? No, getting surrounded very easily by those Zerglings. So very, very poor play, not really watching his positioning. Those Hellions perhaps trying to do a little bit of a move and run, but yeah, able to toast a couple more Zerglings. That one Hellion getting 5 kills, but no, still more spine crawlers being moved around. So this is like a spine crawler push in terms of trying to push out, and now there's these creep tumors are going to continue to push out, so those spine crawlers are going to be able to pick up themselves, walk a little bit further, plant themselves, and just get a lot of map control. Only those 2 spine crawlers will be able to at least get to this positioning, and yeah, out comes another creep tumor. So another creep tumor being pushed out, perhaps going to be able to take down this particular expansion very easily. Overlord overhead, watching Hellion reinforcement. I do not see the Infernal pre-ignite. Do we have... it is in fact research, so is it... Have I been saying it wrong? It's the Infernal Flamethrower, so Infernal pre-igniter, 24 damage towards those Zerglings, so two Hellions will be able to splash down and take down one of those units fairly easily. In come those, yeah, down goes a couple Zerglings trying to pull back away once again, losing 1 Hellion for the cost of 2 Zerglings, so not a fair trade at all. And LucifronT in desperate need to change up his strategy. We are in fact getting some Metavax, so Metavax perhaps trying to do a drop on this backside. This backside is in fact very vulnerable to a drop of Hellions, so we'll see how that's really going to be countered. Hellions now trying to run back home. A couple of Hellions sticking next to that Xel'Naga watchtower in order to get some additional sight. And wow, these Hellions cannot be thinking about trying to destroy destructible rocks. They attack way too slowly, and their damage is just way too low. Metavac now flying about. We'll see if those Hellions going to go ahead and jump inside and then get dropped down. We'll see how this really works, as LucifronT's going to be trying to drop. We have a couple of Zerglings sitting down over here, and this drop may be fairly effective, may be able to take down a lot of these drones. Taking a look, fair number of drones here, dropping those Hellions. Hellions now are away and going to go ahead and just try to run into this base, able to torch down a couple of those drones, getting more of those drones, trying to take down, continuing to take down more of these units. And let me close that. And now more of those Hellions just trying to take down more of these units. Zerglings now able to run in, get a surround in. So now those Zerglings able to just take down so many as the drones once again heading back to work. Those Zerglings moving so quickly on that creep. But more Hellions now able to sneak past and try to hit this bottom side. Zerglings able to reinforce those. So very, very nice use of that creep tumor. Oh, taking on a lot of those drones. Are they going to be able to torch any more? Trying to catch up. Yeah, able to get 2 more drones. But still, I think LucifronT's focusing too much on drone kills, as he's currently sitting on 2 hatcheries. DimagaZ sitting on 2 hatcheries, has plenty of energy on those creeps. Will be able to replace those drones fairly easily. Taking a look at the income after all of that work, LucifronT is just barely ahead in harvesters, and that is it. After investing so many units, a couple Hellions once again moving out, able to take down that one Changeling. Changeling getting torched down as those Hellions just once again grabbing that Xel'Naga watchtower. Where is that Overseer? I'm pretty sure that was a Changeling. Ooh, nope. Apparently, well, it had to have been no Changeling. It looked like a dead Marine. Taking a look back over here, we have an Overlord sitting here, a couple of units sitting over here, and once again, Zerglings were able to push back against those Metavacs. Metavacs may be trying to do another drop on the backhand side, or backside, but those Hellions, as soon as they run in, gonna get maybe 2 or 3 drone kills. Oh, actually, wow, getting a lot of drone kills right there, and now trying to run back away. There needs to be like almost like a speed upgrade in order to try to counteract those Zerglings, as those Zerglings are just able to swarm around those Hellions so easily. Those Hellions are, oh, very nice, getting 3 quick drone kills, going after a couple Hydralisks. Hydralisks taking some damage, as those Hydralisks are in fact light units. Once again, we have more Hellions now moving in, trying to go after some of those. Wow, very nicely taking down a lot of those Hydralisks. Hydralisks getting torched very easily by those Hellions. And now more Hydralisks coming in, but those Zerglings, and now this is really, really bad positioning for DimagaZ. DimagaZ losing a lot of these units, as down goes another Hydralisk and some more Zerglings. Another Hydralisk perhaps going to try to get in position, able to shoot down, and trying to run back to that backside, trying to take down some of these drones, able to get a couple more drone kills, perhaps 1 more torch, no more torches, and once again able to push back. So taking a look at the harvester count, LucifronT sitting at 34, and DimagaZ sitting at 29. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay here from Scrap Station.